Good morning, everyone. I am back here with another soup recipe that is fully cooked and ready to freeze. So this recipe is the cauliflower chowder. This recipe is very reminiscent of a baked potato soup, but so much healthier with all the cauliflower and other vegetables in it. It's, I can't even really describe it. It's a very deep, warm, comfort soup at its finest. It tastes delicious, it smells delicious, and your kids honestly think they're eating potato soup and they don't realize they're eating cauliflower soup. Now, I did not chop my cauliflower up as much as I used to, so you can see it's still a floret, but if you chop those into squares, you can really pull the wool over the eyes because they don't realize it. It tastes so good. This, I do always taste test this prior to freezing, so this always needs a little bit more salt and pepper, a little bit more of some seasoning to it. So I went ahead, I've already added that, I've removed the bay leaf. And another thing that I do prior to freezing is I add the bacon back in it. I just feel that the bacon continues to flavor the chowder while it's freezing. And I also will fry up some bacon before I serve it and just top it with a little bit on top. Not too much, but just enough to kind of give it a little bit of a fresh made, recently made flavor. So got my baggie ready to go. It's got cauliflower chowder, it's got the date. All you have to do is thaw this in your refrigerator and reheat it, whatever method works for you. I love to reheat it on the stove, but you can always do it in the microwave. Now this recipe does not make as much as some of the other soup recipes, so I usually only have enough for one full dinner and 1 to 2 lunches. So I'm gonna ladle it out. Once again, I use the ladles because it helps me count the servings for the family. My family of 4, I know how much soup we eat, so this helps. I don't mind having an extra serving in the dinner bag because I will always send my husband to work the next day with leftovers, and you just can't beat a delicious cup of soup on a cold day in the winter. Nothing tastes as good as that feels. I'm telling you right now. So there's still some left that you can see in here. I'm gonna add that to a sandwich size baggie and freeze that as well. And that will allow me to have a lunch portion of this as well. So I'm gonna take this off the stand. Once again, you need to let your soup cool before you freeze it. So not cold, just cool it down a little bit, get that piping hot steam out of there, let it cool off, take it off the heat, let it sit there 15, 20 minutes, and then you're gonna be it's gonna be ready to go to bag. Now these do take a little bit longer because you do have to cook them completely, unlike the slow cooker freezer meals that you just put raw ingredients together. But the good part about this is you have a meal ready to go, right? So lay it flat, push and get the air out of it. I know you guys have heard this 20, 30, 50, 100,000 times now, but air, you do not need air. Let me rephrase that. You don't want air in your bags. Air is where freezer burn comes from, and it's just not freezer friendly. Air is not freezer friendly. So that's good. I've got the air out. And that's flat, so all I'll have to do is let this sit out on the counter for a little bit, let it cool a little bit more, and when I add it to the freezer, it just stacks right on top of the other soups, and I have minimal space taken up in my freezer because I can stack it high, and a healthy, wholesome, delicious meal ready to go. So I'm gonna bag the lunch portion up next, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.